I made my first 2D game, and the result is upsetting. Well, technically it's not really my first game, but this is a game that I've always had in mind before the other games that I've made. And I'm going to be making a game about recoils. But what is a recoil? A recoil essentially is what makes the gun moves backwards when you shoot it. So my plan is to make a 2D character that uses recoil in order to make itself move. And we can finally start making the game, so I open up Unity and add a circle and a square. The square represents the gun and the circle represents the player. And by using this code, we can control the player's direction. Now, we need to make the player shoot, so I made a bullet and write some code, and now the player will shoot bullets. Now, we need to add the most important aspect for this game, which is the recoil. In order to make the recoil, we need to give the player a rigid body and a collider. And by using this line of code, we can make it launch backward instead of forward. And there we go, we have our player movement now. This is actually pretty fun to play around with. And you probably might ask, what is the main goal for this game? Well, my goal is to pretty much just go as high as you can while fighting enemies and dodging them. And that's just for now the main idea for the game. Just to make the gameplay look more alive, I added some particles and added a recoil animation. And the whole player movement is finally done. And I got to say, I'm actually kind of impressed. And this is actually the example of how this game is going to go, where your goal is just go as high as you can and get a high score, while also staying in platform just to regain your energy. And right now the platform are not spawning infinitely because I made this in hand. And in order to fix that problem, I made a script that will infinitely spawn random platforms above the sky. And this actually took me quite a while to figure out. And there's definitely a lot of bugs on this, but I don't care, it just worked. And finally, we have the core mechanics down, and it's finally time to add some enemies and some more platform. So I first started in changing the regular platform and giving it a more robotic look. After a while, I've made more various platforms, such as a spinning platforms when you hit it, a moving platform, a platform that will disappear when you land on it, a spiky platform, and a long platform. And these different types of platforms is going to make the game look more interesting and fun. And challenging, I wish. And I will definitely add more platforms in future updates. But for now, they get the job done. And right now, this game needs some enemies because we need enemies because that will make the game more challenging. And the first enemy that I want to add is a turret. Implementing this turret took me like 1 hour to make, and it should probably work pretty well now. I fixed it now, and I also made it so that when you hit it 3 times with your balls, it will eventually lead to its death. The next enemy that I added is this guy. It just spins so that don't hit it because you'll die. The third one that I added is a rocket that will spawn in platforms and will follow you until you die. And you need to shoot it in order for it to not follow you. And I also forgot to mention that I need to wrap this up because my computer is getting pretty full. So just for now, let's make this playable. I first fixed the platform spawning so that they will spawn more frequently and not inside each other. And I also added this energy bar that will indicate how many bullets you have left. And in order to regain the energy, you need to stand on platforms. And when you run out of energy, you will just fall into the void, just to make the player not shoot endlessly. And the last important thing that I want to add is a score. And I have no idea how to do that, so I searched up in Google and found this code. And it seemed to be that this code is exactly what I need. There we go, we have our score. Thank you, Google. And I can finally show you this upsetting gameplay of this game. And while playtesting this game, I actually found out that this game is absolutely boring and not fun to play, which is disappointing, but I know it. And I will try to keep working on it. As you can see, there's no sound effects, there's no UI, there's no main menu. Because making a game is not just a smash on keyboard, no, it needs time and effort, which I don't have. That's it for now though, and I will try to make a part 2 on this where I added the sound effect and some other UI stuff. Just let me know down if you want to see that. So anyhow, enjoy this boring gameplay.